हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक। आ गए हैं हम एक और एपिसोड वीकली राउंडअप का लेके। मार्केट्स आज करेक्ट जरूर किए, बट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम ऐसा लगा कि शायद मार्केट्स ना उस तरीके से बिहेव किए हैं जिस तरीके से न्यूज आई है। टीसीएस के नंबर्स, एलएक्सी के नंबर्स, कुछ और नंबर्स आए थे जो थोड़े से सही डायरेक्शन में नहीं दिखे और मार्केट्स ने उस डायरेक्शन में मूव किया। बट हाँ, एक और चीज है कि लास्ट वीक भी एके ने जो 25,150 की रेंज दी थी, 25,150 एंड 25,800 850 एंड बीच की रेंज 600 की, कहीं ना कहीं मार्केट्स ने उस रेंज को रिस्पेक्ट किया है। तो चलिए फिर उस रेंज को रिस्पेक्ट करते हुए अब मार्केट और क्या करने वाला है और क्या क्या हुआ। विदाउट वेस्टिंग मच ऑफ टाइम, लेट्स ब्रिंग एके इन। हाय, गुड इवनिंग।
Good evening. Good evening. How are you, Rajit?
I am okay. I am happy for only one thing today. For the first time that the markets have actually behaved in the manner that the news has come out and they have
Yeah,
reacted accordingly.
yeah. You can for the first time you can actually reason it out कि ये ऐसा हो रहा है तो क्यों हो रहा है. You can reason it out. Otherwise, I was going till yesterday. I had a feeling that हमें ये Friday का इंटरव्यू करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, क्योंकि जिस लेवल पे बाजार था उसी लेवल पे पड़ा हुआ था पूरे वीक. अगर आप वीकली चार्ट देखें, मतलब हाउ दिस वीक वेंट, द वीकली चार्ट can give you about 100 point or 120 point range on Nifty. Typically 25,450 से 25,550 और 20-25 पॉइंट ऊपर नीचे. So that level was maintained through and through the week, except for Friday. If we keep Friday out of the picture, Monday to Thursday, in spite of expiry and whole, we talked about 9th of July being a very crucial date, with all the tariffs and everything coming in. Turns out कि उसका कुछ असर एटलीस्ट अपने मार्केट पे तो नहीं हुआ. But we don't have anything definite on India also. So अगर आपने देखा होगा न्यूज, there are some 20-25 countries that have actually received the final letter of tariff, that whatever they will be charged, like from 1st of August. Like Canada is facing as high as 30-35% tariff. Vietnam settled at 20%, so on and so forth. But nothing with respect to India is right now out in the picture. No clear picture is there. So I think the market has probably behaved no negative is positive kind of a situation, कि कुछ adverse नहीं आया है तो इसीलिए बाजार मेंटेन था, मतलब and कुछ अच्छा नहीं आया है इसीलिए ऊपर भी नहीं गया. So we were in a very tight range. Of course, the second trigger, like you said, our quarterly results have started pouring in, and TCS being the biggie this week, normally they are the ones who inaugurate the result season. तो अगर आपने रिजल्ट देखा होगा तो आई फील TCS results are in line definitely. Profits, revenues are definitely year on year in line, which is I'm very happy about. But the concern of the slowdown, that is still there in TCS. अगर आप year on year revenue देखें, तो sorry, year on year net profit देखें तो 6% increase है at 12,760 crores odd, and revenue grew at about 1.3%, which is not bad. But उनकी जो management commentary है, they are facing their, if you see the revenue breakup, first of all, the maximum revenue is still coming from their BFSI, banking and financial services clients. Okay, so anything global, anything global which will hit BFSI sector, that puts them at a massive risk. So the growth, revenue growth at 7% came in from BFSI. Most of the segmental revenue, like media and all that was almost zero or negative growth. So अगर आप वो थोड़ा उसको bifurcate करके थोड़ा अगर डिटेल में देखें, So results are good compared to year on year. Absolute figures are good, no doubt about it. Does it leave us with no concern for the coming future? I would not agree. Second reason why I think so. Infosys has still held on to the decision of salary hikes of all its employees. So clearly, the company is, predicting kind of a tough time cash flow wise, which is why they are not going out and out to, reward the employees. Because last time, जो annual results इन्होंने दिए थे, so it was a big thing that TCS being one of the biggest employer in India, 6 lakh plus employees, they are holding on to the salary hikes and appraisals till further notice. तो एक क्वार्टर बीतने के बाद भी it is status quo on the same. It is still till further notice. So so that these a couple of things that they have done is giving kind of indication that TCS might have improved in terms of performance, but is still uncertain about the future. That is my understanding of what TCS is having. And going by the past, how a TCS or an Infosys is pretty much defining the standard of performance for the rest of the industry. So I am assuming that the rest of IT is going to follow suit with very similar kind of results.
Right. But there were 2 points which were, there in my head while you were talking about all this. One, he came out with the announcement of these new tariffs of 14 countries on Monday evening.
Right.
And when I checked out the market on Tuesday, the Korean markets, Kospi, they were trading in green. The Japanese markets, they were trading in green. And somehow I believe that everybody could understand, because whatever announcements that he made, he also very clearly told everybody that they will come in effect from 1st of August. And Trump being Trump,
Yeah, it can come anytime. He's
huh?
volatile. He's volatile.
He's volatile. He's even more volatile than our India VIX these days. So I somehow believe that there might be some tinkering which might come in play, and then he might say, "Ki acha acha, okay, they came to me, they begged me for favors, and they fell on my feet, and then I told them, ki, theek hai, let's work it out." He might cook up any such kind of stories. But
Right.
second thing, which was really in my mind all throughout the week, the Jane Street episode, which happened last week, and
Right.
they were thrown out of the market. And since then, the markets were not making any moves. Was it only the Jane Street which was moving the Indian equity, or there's something else that we need to read into this?
So Rachit, the way I see this is Indian markets have been range bound largely for the last, better part of last 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. Now, now with time, this range might have moved up, बट मैंने पिछले 5-6 अपने सेशंस में आपको ये बताया कि मेरे को इस वीक में ये रेंज लगता है, तो नॉर्मली ट्रेड्स इन दैट 400-500 पॉइंट रेंज. मतलब 2 months तो इजीली आई कैन ट्रेस इट बैक. 400 पॉइंट के रेंज में निफ्टी ट्रेड किया है. इनफैक्ट दिस वीक, द वीक दैट इज गॉन बाय इज narrowed it down to 200 points only if you leave out Friday. The whole week they traded in 150-200 point range only. Okay, so market was not really making a move, intraday move, for a long time. I mean, it has been a while that we have seen a very very drastic intraday volatility. अगर आप VIX का चार्ट देखें तो पिछले 2 या 3 वीक से वो 12 के लेवल पे है, which is considered very low. और इस week I think it dipped down below 12 also. So you can imagine VIX being under 12. It means there is no sign of fear. There is no, uncertainty in the market. There is no volatility in spite of, so many news flows coming in. तो आप अगर देखें तो you cannot pin it down to Jane Street. and Jane Street alone. But yes, I agree that because you have moved a big part of option volumes, तो उसका इम्पैक्ट आपको लिक्विडिटी पे टू एन एक्सटेंट देखने को मिलेगा और वो दिख रहा है to an extent. I will not say it's the only thing because this has been happening before also when Jane Street was actively participating. But has this been aggravated this week? Yes. So आप वो जो differential effect है उसका वो आप बोल सकते हो, you can attribute that to Jane Street hypothetically, of course. मतलब there is no way you can say कि Jane Street का वॉल्यूम निकल गया तो बाजार में ऐसा लिक्विडिटी इशू है, बट टू एन एक्सटेंट आप बोल सकते हैं कि ऐसा है, क्योंकि वी हैव ऑब्वियसली क्लियरली सीन द इम्पैक्ट फ्रॉम लास्ट वीक टू दिस वीक, अगेन वी हैव सीन द इम्पैक्ट.
And probably that Jane Street has gone out, and also we might have some more such kind of participants who might have stopped trading and waiting for some time to pass by and then start getting in active mode again. But chaliye, that was week gone by. Where are
Right.
we heading now? What's there in the next week?
So typically, I expected, what we saw on Friday today. I kind of expected it to come, and I also expected it to sustain 25,150. Why, I'll tell you. I have a strong reasoning for this. 25,380 is a point. I discussed this in my last Friday's episode with you. 25,380 is a point where Nifty made a triple bottom last week. If you see the charts, it touched 25,380 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week. And then it bounced back up and closed above. So that was indicative कि 25,380 एक अच्छा सपोर्ट जोन माना जा सकता है. तो ये पूरे वीक जब निफ्टी 25,450 और 25,550 के बीच में रहा, तो मेरे को लग रहा था कि 380 और सॉलिडिफाई 45 हो रहा है. बट इफ यू सी लास्ट 1 hour of Thursday's trade, it went down below 25,380. This Thursday I'm talking about, not I've come back to this. So वो 25,380 कल तोड़ा है बाजार में. So that was itself indicator that we are holding up only for the expiry, and eventually we are going to go down. Now, how this correlates with the Indian corporate earnings? Eventually, if यहाँ से हम और नीचे जाते हैं and more earnings come in, and they are not up to the mark, then you can probably correlate with that. But 25,150, अब आप देखिए इतनी क्लियर कट चार्ट देख के निफ्टी मैनेजमेंट इतनी स्पेसिफिक हो रही है कि मैं आपको क्या बोल सकता हूँ. 25,150 is a level that I have been telling you for a couple of weeks now. It was when we were going on the upside, it was acting as a very strong resistance. It will act as an equally strong support on the downside. Okay, it took maybe 2 or 3 attempts to cross that and sustain, right? ये वीक का एंड आप देखिए 25,149.85, which is almost 25,150.
We might have missed it by 0.2, 0.20 points only because of आखिरी के 5-7 मिनट ट्रेडिंग ऊपर नीचे रह गए. Otherwise they would have precisely done it like that. 25,150.
I think it's more to do with maybe an कैलकुलेशन में एवरेजिंग एरर हो गई होगी, थोड़ी पॉइंट होगी. तो yeah, said that, having said that, I for the next week I can tell you one thing, that we are very crucial at a very crucial level. I would say that I always say that there is no point in taking a position and going into the weekend. Okay, all the more reason that because this time we are closing at such a crucial level, जहां से हमको पता नहीं है कि यहाँ से बाउंस बैक है या यहाँ से कट डाउन है. ओके, वीकेंड पे कोई ट्रिगर अगर आता है, सपोज देयर इज अ ट्रिगर ऑन वीकेंड which is hugely negative, then there is a big chance that we do a gap down and we might remain नीचे. बट उसकी पॉसिबिलिटी अभी कम दिख रही है क्योंकि एटलीस्ट जियो पॉलिटिकली इट्स बीन अ क्वाइट वीक.
So you think if something goes wrong, only if something goes wrong, looking at the right current situation, that's not the case.
No, as of now, Friday evening, to my knowledge, we are, we are fine. Geopolitically also, right now, this week there was peace all over or nothing major. Okay, there was mostly talks of tariffs only. I don't see any results in their personal capacity being so terrible that they change the course of the market. No, no, nothing. So I am not forcing any kind of trigger that may usually negatively impact for a gap down opening on Monday. Okay. Now if we are closed at a rock bottom of your support level, right? Anything positive will make it bounce back for sure. And if I have to err on a particular side, I would assume that Monday will be a slightly positive opening and we will remain in the narrow range again for the rest of the week. Wait for triggers, wait for maybe more results coming in, but it will take a lot of bad news to break 25,150 on a sustainable basis.
Okay, so on
आप
closing
अगले
basis,
आप अगले वीक का भी आप लो 25,150 मान लो मेरी तरफ से, और अगले वीक का हाई 25,550 मान लो, बिकॉज दिस वीक अगेन वी हैव डन डबल और ट्रिपल टॉप at 25,550. So that becomes a solid, technically speaking, that becomes a solid resistance zone.
okay, so our this entire range is squeezing in and we are making it on the downside 25,150. If anything goes like something really bad happens, then there is a bleak possibility that we might open below 25,150 and close below 25,150. Then again, are we entering into the range of 24,600 and 25,150 again?
Yes, yes. So if we break 25,150 and we we go down and we sustainably go down, then I believe the next support zone is only going to come in at 24,600, 24,650 levels.
And on the top side, we have 25,550 as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
resistance. But if something really positive comes in the week, are we still in a position to hit 25,850?
No, no, Rachit, not at the. So I was very hopeful for the last couple of weeks when it showed a sign that it might, the good party might continue all the way to 25,800. But I don't see anything so drastically positive coming in that it breaks out of 25,550 and reaches, and goes on the next level. So, matlab, it will take more than just good news for 25,550 to be broken and again 300 point further rally from there. तो वो मुझे अगले वीक तो नहीं दिख रहा है अभी.
Got it. As always, it was amazing talking and amazing knowing as to where are we heading next week. Hopefully, we sit somewhere near 25,550 and then we talk to you next week. But that is a
Yeah.
big possibility. So let's just hope and that's it. Have a happy weekend and hope to see you next week in the same show as well.
Sure. Bye bye. Have a happy weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.